Hello, my name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. Today I'm going to be talking about the time that I thought angels were talking to me. So in 2020, I came off my medication, and basically what happened was within a few weeks, I started feeling like everything was dark. I started feeling like I was wearing a pair of lenses that could only allow me to see gray. It was just really dark, like kind of like a gloomy feeling. And I would wake up after only getting 3 hours of sleep, and I would feel instantly just gloomy. And even my dreams were really dark. So I'm just going to be getting into the time that I thought angels were talking to me, and it was during this period. So I used to feel like people or angels were playing with my hair. And my hair was a bit longer at the time, maybe like up to here, but I could feel fingers going through my hair as I would hear voices. And I was convinced that I was talking to angels, and I was convinced that I was an angel because my name was Gabriel. And I thought there was no coincidence that my name was Gabriel and I was talking to these angels. So yeah, that was one of the things I would experience was my hair moving on its own while I was hearing these voices. And I could feel if like when you hold two magnets together, one in each arm, and you push them towards each other, you feel like a force kind of pushing it away. I felt that around my legs. I could feel like magnetic poles going around my legs, and I thought it was angels moving around my body. And this would happen while I was hearing voices. Anyway, so as the psychosis went on, um, the voices got more and more intense. And what happened is one night they were telling me I had to go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I knew something bad was going to happen. And they were telling me they had to do something, but I had to be asleep. So I tried going to sleep, and it took me 3 hours. And then once 3 hours passed, I still couldn't sleep. So the voices said, "We're going to have to do it while you're awake." And that scared me. And then the voices went 3, 2, 1. And when the voices reached 1, my heart started pounding out of my chest. My arms went numb. I couldn't walk. My ears were ringing. I was dizzy. And this made my psychosis worse because then I thought, okay, the voices can control my heart. So I didn't want to argue with the voices because I thought if I argued with them or if I fought back, they could control my heart. And this really scared me. It was a scary experience. But I had to realize that it was bad timing. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with my heart. It was just psychosis and panic attacks. So basically, the fear of the voices counting down made my heart race at the most ironic time. And this caused a major panic attack. And when it happened, my heart was racing so fast that I could hear my heartbeat in my head like it was pounding. And I started watching about a few weeks. I went through the next few weeks basically having my heart race at least 5 times a day. And eventually I got sick of it and I looked up schizophrenia on YouTube. And I didn't believe I had schizophrenia. The whole time I was diagnosed for those 5 years, I didn't think I had any schizophrenia. But when the psychosis happened, I started to realize that I needed to accept that I have schizophrenia. And I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up videos on YouTube about schizophrenia so I can convince myself that it's schizophrenia and that nothing's wrong with my heart. And so much of me wanted to believe it was psychosis. And eventually I realized it was psychosis and I came back on my medication. And about a few months after getting back on my medication, I started to recover. But yeah, it was a really weird psychosis. It was probably the worst psychosis of my life. And I'll just explain some of the other stuff that happened when I thought I was talking to these angels. So I don't know if I mentioned in the video earlier or not, but I felt like when the angels would come towards me, I felt like there was magnetic poles going around my legs. It's kind of like when you put two magnets together and you feel that force. I could feel that around my leg, and I thought it was like the the soul of an angel moving around me, and that was a weird sensation. Another thing that would happen during the psychosis that had to do with angels is I thought the angels were talking to me through music. So I thought they would pick the songs that would play on a radio, and they would pick the songs that most matched what they wanted to tell me. So it was like if a song was talking about how something was going to happen, that means the angel picked that song to communicate with me through the lyrics. So if a song came on talking about, this is just a random example, let's say a song came on saying my dog's barking. You wouldn't hear that in a song, but let's say that the musician sang about a dog barking. That was the angel picking that song to tell me that a dog's going to bark. So it was like the angels couldn't talk, but they had to change the songs on the radio and pick songs based on what they wanted to say and communicate through the words in the song. So that was another thing. So I thought every song that played I thought the lyrics were messages from angels. So if I heard a really negative song, I assumed that it was the angel saying those negative things in the song or trying to tell me. And that was scary because any song could have came on and I would have thought that it was a message from the angels. And that really messed up my psychosis because a lot of the songs that came on were about dark things, and I thought the angels were telling me something bad was going to happen. And I found that really scary. And it was like almost every song that came on had the word angel somewhere in the song. And it freaked me out. I was like, so I think angels are talking to me, and all these songs are talking about angels. And then I actually went to go buy shirts from a store. And when I got into the store, all of the shirts had angels on them. Like one had Michael the Angel right on the shirt. And it's like everything around me in my world was like related to angels. And it was really weird. It was like I was manifesting angels to be everywhere. Just by thinking I'm talking to angels, it was like everything I hear, all the music I'm listening to has the word angel somewhere in the song. I go into a store and all the shirts have angels on them. It's kind of weird when that happens. And this only fueled my psychosis a lot more. And I know that angels, it's a common theme in schizophrenia. Some people think they're talking to angels or God or aliens or just ghosts, demons. And it seems like the paranormal is like really connected to schizophrenia. I don't mean that schizophrenia is actually talking to demons and angels. I just mean the way we experience our psychosis, it seems like paranormal things are a reoccurring theme. And it's like a lot of people with schizophrenia who are going through psychosis, a lot of those psychoses are related to paranormal things. And I guess it's just the nature of the illness, because what else do you think when you're hearing a voice? A lot of people, when it happens to them, they're like, it doesn't feel like a hallucination. But it also doesn't feel like someone's actually talking. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm having a conversation with a regular person. You can tell it's like a different kind of voice. And you know it's not like, you wouldn't mistake it for your friend beside you. You would know that you're hearing it, no one else can hear it. But you also don't think it's a hallucination. You think it's got to be something real. It's got to be an angel. It's got to be a demon. It's got to be a ghost. because it's just human nature to think when we hear something that it's real. And we come up with conclusions on where the voice is coming from. And a lot of the times, the only way we can explain it is God, angel, demon, ghost, alien. And that's just the nature of the illness. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I love making these videos for you guys. Haven't been uploading lately, but I just thought I would upload this video and make a new video. And I should be coming out with more videos soon. My name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. Have a good day.